the KDFL Fantasy Football Podcast. It's me, Brett Steele, and I am joined, as always, by Mr. Jonathan Detroit Haynes. How's it going, man?
Yo, what's up, fellas? It's Mr. Positive here.
Mr. Positivity. Also joining us, Mr. Phil Ruxey. Phil, how we doing?
Doing pretty well, Brett. How you guys doing? Just back here in Nightdale, getting ready for the Midnight Riders. Hopefully they're not out too late because, bad things happen after 2 a.m. So
All right. Of course, we did have our NFL or our KDFL Playoffs round 1. But first, we have some NFL games to go through. We start off this week with the Rams pretty much ending the Patriots playoff aspirations, I'd say, right? They're going to go 6 and 7.
Poor Patriots.
Poor Patriots. Now they know, right? Now they know what it's like.
Don't you feel bad for Patriot fans?
I do.
just awful. Yeah, just awful.
Very, very much appreciate how courageous they're being. It's tough to go through things like this, 6 and 7.
And I mean, they've only won 6 Super Bowls in 20 years. I mean, that's horrible for them.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah. So T's and P's to the Patriots fans. You'll get through this. You'll come out the other side stronger because of it, and we're all thinking of it. Okay, now looking at the games. It's hard to go over the games that actually had a lot of meaning. There's very few games. Falcons and Chargers was nothing. Just awesome to see them intercept each other to death to lose the game.
Why do you always have to lead off with the
Because
Falcons?
I go off the NFL page, and guess what my NFL page starts with? All right. Then, let's see. This is an interesting headline. Trubisky outplays Watson, and the Bears stop the skid. I wouldn't go that far. Trubisky did look good, though.
Doesn't he have a better win-loss record than
He does.
Watson,
He has a better win-loss percentage than
though?
Watson. Exactly.
The Texans are just awful. I mean, it's crazy.
No first-round pick.
Yeah.
sounds like the LV River Rats.
Gosh. I mean, that's one of the worst trades of all time. It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, I got the pick. Somehow that just dawned on me, Detroit. All right. Andy Dalton revenge game. The Cowboys are not eliminated yet. Goes to Cincy, beats up on the Bengals. The Bengals fumble nonstop. I don't know. You can't do anything with Zach Taylor, right? He's got to ride out at least a couple more years.
Yeah.
Think.
I don't know. I don't even care.
Chiefs and Dolphins. This is only popular because of how, or fun to talk about. I said popular, just because of Mahomes. 3 interceptions. I think a couple of them were just tipped balls. So that's being a little bit overblown, in my opinion. But the Dolphins do seem like that team that's a little stingy.
Yeah, they're on the way up. Let's just say that. And then, don't they own somebody's pick right now that's in the top 10?
Texans.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're going to just keep getting better as long as they hit on those draft picks.
Yeah. The Chiefs have a bad game, but still find a way to win. It just seems like they can just score whenever they want.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, all right, we'll stop playing now. And Tyreek Hill just goes out, outruns everyone, and there you go.
Are you guys tired of them yet? Because I am.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
You're tired of them?
Yeah.
I'm not tired of CEH, but I'm tired of the team as a whole.
I'm tired of them just fawning all over Mahomes. Oh, look, guys, he looked the other way when he threw the ball. Come on.
Man, won a Super Bowl.
Okay, no, he's great. He's the best in the game right now. But he's just, I don't know.
You talking about somebody being tired of someone talking about a quarterback?
Oh, you tired of Stafford?
Yeah.
Matt Ryan?
Yeah, that's who it is.
Okay, so we skip on from that. Cardinals beat the Giants. That was a big nothing. I do think Daniel Jones is more hurt than they let on. I don't know that he'll be out there this upcoming week. The Bucks and the Vikings. The Bucks win coming off the bye. Dalvin Cook does what nobody's been able to do against the Bucks defense so far and rush for over 100. How real the Vikings lose, but they're still in it because the NFC bottom is a little more congested.
Yeah. It's really kind of hard to figure out the NFC, if you ask me.
Yeah.
The Packers stand out, and then and Saints, I guess, whatever. But then it's like
Yeah.
I don't know what after that.
And it could be like anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be the Washington football team, honestly, at this point.
Hey, I do like how they're put together.
That defense is nice. That front four, really good.
Yeah.
I do like how they're put together. Titans put on the Jags. I'm just trying to go over the games that have playoff teams in it. Titans put over the Jags, whatever. I think the Jags is where Fields is going to end up. It might be the 1-2 Lawrence and then Fields. But the Jags need. I mean, they need a lot of defensive help now. Ironic to say after being so recently known for that lockdown defense. Talk about the Raiders. Is this it for the Raiders?
Yeah, looks like the black curse of Detroit strikes again. That team is just falling off.
It's very weird.
As soon as I praise Carr, that whole team just falls apart. So I guess that's my way of getting back at Matt. So.
There you go. It's very weird because they did have a game against the Jets last year where they fell off and they got beat pretty bad by the Jets, and then this year it's the Falcons game, and I was like, well, no. But then they only beat the Jets this year on that Hail Mary, so they could be on a huge 3-game skid right now with the Chargers coming up on Thursday. Obviously, every game out's a must-win game. They are all winnable games, but Raiders are one of those teams right now you don't really know what you're going to get. I don't think Ruggs is playing this Thursday, so Deep Shot might not be there. We'll see. I mean, Ruggs hasn't been too influential, but he has done a couple things. But I don't know. The Colts look good, and that defense can take you places. It all depends on what Phillip Rivers can do in year 28 or whatever he's in.
He's hit 30. He's in 30 years now.
Ty is starting to come on, which is good for them. It all depends on that defense can keep the defense like that is a playoff style defense. There's a few teams that have it. They're one of them. So I think they're going to be definitely a hard out in the playoffs. So Seahawks poured on the Jets. We got some Geno time in this game, first time in a while.
Phil loves him some Geno.
I love Geno.
I want to go back to that time. What were your hopes? Did you have high hopes for Geno in the NFL? I can't remember how we talked about it.
Oh, man. Me and Phil used to go back and forth with this all the time.
Oh, I mean, I was like 70% joking, but like 30% of me was like Geno for MVP like every year.
Yeah, he was on the Geno train forever.
I did think he was going to be pretty good. I mean, I didn't think he was going to be horrible, but he was horrible. So
it's tough because it was the Jets.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not that good though.
But I mean, it's tough because you would say right now Sam Darnold's not that good.
Yeah, well, plus it really does depend on the situation. Like you got to have some.
Like what's more likely? Sam Darnold and Geno Smith, both Heisman candidates, are not very good, or a franchise can ruin a player. You know what I mean?
Well, we're talking quarterback, so that's kind of tough. But
I mean,
yeah, I know what you're saying.
Um,
Wait, no, I'm not supposed to agree with you. Never mind. That's a terrible take.
Packers and Lions. I don't know, man. It just seems like Rodgers just obviously has the Lions number.
It was actually an entertaining game.
It was an entertaining game from what I saw with it.
Can't stop Devontae right now. He's hot.
Yeah, that guy's unstoppable.
He is. Probably the weird game of the day, Saints and Eagles. Jalen Hurts gets a win in his first start. He looks pretty solid. Miles Sanders is a big story here. He goes 115-2. He has to be a crucial part if they're going to do anything to try to make it into the postseason in the NFC East.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still not a believer in the Saints.
No, Taysom Hill is not the answer.
No, I'm not. Even if they have Breeze, I'm still not
Breeze ain't the answer. No, I don't think. I think that defense is the answer, and you hope you can 10-yard people to death. Although there was a deep ball caught, I mean, it's not like I don't know. Oh, that's my nightmare though. If they do something.
Alrighty. What's next?
What's next? Washington football team puts it on the 49ers. That is a pretty complete team right now. Looking
Well,
pretty strong.
no, they're not complete.
As far NFC East complete. Let me just preface.
Okay. I'll say, like, Alex Smith got hurt, banged up, and Haskins came in and didn't do anything in that game. It was all about the defense.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if they got to go forward with Haskins again, they're in trouble. They're not going to win.
Yeah.
Even with the crappy East, they're still not going to win probably.
And Gibson being hurt, that kind of hurts too.
Yeah.
So.
Gibson saw the mega powers were out of it, and he said, I'm going to shut it down.
But if you look at the playoff projections right now, where they stand, they would meet the Seattle Seahawks in the first round at home. So that'd be interesting.
That's the Richard Sherman, Trent Williams, right?
Yeah. And
you look like you want to punch me in the mouth? Or I'm looking, or whatever. He said, I'm thinking about punching you in the mouth. He said, let's do it. Let's do it. Did he punch me?
That was great. I loved that. Seattle can't protect anybody, so that would be an interesting game to see them trying to block that front four.
That's true.
Well, they play each other this weekend, so we'll get a good preview of it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Chase Young looks like the real deal. I was an advocate for taking him over Burrow, but Burrow also looked good when he was in. So, I don't know. Bills beat the Steelers. The Bills are here. They are for real, in my opinion. Not very hard to say 10-3 teams for real, but the defense is coming along. KDFL Bills.
Yeah, they're looking good.
The defense is coming along. That's the main thing. And Steelers, as predicted on this KDFL podcast, but us three esteemed gentlemen, take away Big Ben's passing game. What can they do? I don't know why they can't run the ball. It's awful.
They are terrible running the ball.
All right, and finally,
they can't even get 3 yards on a run.
Now, finally, we'll wrap up our NFL quicker recap here with probably the game of the year, I would say. Ravens and Browns. Let me get some impressions from you guys on this game.
It was definitely the best game of the year. I liked it. I like seeing Lamar back running all over the place. He looked better. He even looked better throwing the ball, I think. I know there's some people that criticize the way he was thrown, but I thought he looked all right. Cleveland, they kept battling all game. That team's nice too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think as long as Lamar is running well, it's okay if he just looks all right throwing the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that makes him a good quarterback.
They have to get a receiver, like a really good receiver next year.
Hollywood Brown dropping everything. Lamar's good for 1 or 2 overshoots a game, it feels like.
Yeah.
He just fires the ball over. I was a little bit impressed with the Browns, Baker coming back after that pick.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought that was it. Like that's over.
Baker looked good.
He did look good.
It did. The moment wasn't too much for him.
Right.
He came to play. That team, they can run the ball. So.
All right. So what did you have for did you have a question with this game? I thought you had something.
Well, it was just I've seen a lot of like people discussing like 2 things. Like number 1, are the Ravens back? Are they back to playing like they kind of were last year, last 2 games? And the second one is, are the Browns legit now? Even in that loss, everyone's like, all right, this team might be legit. And what do you guys think?
Yeah, Phil.
I think the Browns are legit. I think I actually thought they would be legit like last year or the year before that, whenever they got all those pieces. But I think they are. I also think the Ravens are still a possible Super Bowl team, even with their struggles so far this season. But how crazy is the AFC North though, where the Steelers are 11-2, and they might be the 3rd best team in the conference?
Yeah,
I mean,
it is
in the division
as well.
Yeah, they've had a lot of injuries on the defensive side of the ball, so that kind of hurts them because they were riding that defense at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Browns, I mean, I think they're a good wild card team. I don't see them making any deep run in the playoffs, but definitely getting in there. The Ravens, not definitely get. I mean, they still have to win at least another game to get in. The Ravens, they are in my opinion, they are what in my opinion hasn't changed with them from what I said earlier in the year. They'll beat up on regular season opponents, but I don't think they're made to go up against a playoff caliber defense. Like if they say for instance, say they would play the Colts, which is very much a possibility to end up happening.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm
Yeah.
loving the Ravens in that matchup.
That'd be a
Even though
really
they
tough
beat them
matchup for
24
them.
to, even though they beat them 24-10 earlier.
Yeah, because it's different.
Okay.
So
Yeah, they've got a pretty. Their last 3 games are the Jags, the Giants, and the Bengals.
yeah.
So I could see them winning out.
Oh yeah. All right. So okay, we're gonna do trivia question, and while we think on that, we're gonna do what is it? Big Daddy's Power Rankings.
Big Daddy D's power.
Big
Rankings.
Daddy D's Power Rankings. All right. This might be. I think this question might be too
Sure.
easy, but don't answer it until we do the rankings. Name this coach. This coach has won 7 road playoff games. He's tied for the most in NFL history. He's active right now.
Okay. I think I know who it is.
I think it's probably easy, but whatever. That's what I have. All right, Detroit. Let's go with the power ranking segment. What are we doing?
All right, so this one we're going to do a little fun segment, and we've done. I think we did it before last year, like
We've hit on this somehow. I don't remember
like
exactly.
mascots, like a mascot fight. Who would you take? So this year or this week, let's do NFL, not mascots, but their names, like their nicknames, like the Ravens or the Ravens.
Mhm.
Like who are you taking in a fight? Like who's going to win it all? So
Top 5 mascots you'd want in a fight?
yeah, top 5 mascots you would want in a fight. All right, one of you guys want to go first? You want me to go first?
Go ahead.
All right, so number 5, I have the Bengals because I mean it's a cat. It's gonna get you in the jugular. I mean it's gonna kill a bird. So I mean I have no. What are they gonna do? You know.
What are they
So
gonna do?
I just can't see them doing anything. I mean seriously, what are they gonna
What
do?
are you gonna do? You're a bird.
They're gonna fly away.
Huh.
All right, number 4, I got my Lions. It's a lion, for God's sakes. I mean, who's gonna take on a lion? I mean, they're gonna just devour
You're
you.
cat heavy so far.
Well, I mean, I can't pick a bird.
All
Do you
right.
think I'm gonna pick a falcon?
Nah.
What's they gonna do? Poke my eyes out?
Yes. Poke your eyes out. Go ahead.
Whatever. Anyways, crap, I just lost my list.
Made it all the way through the first 2 and somehow lost your list.
I know. Number 3. Oh, I'm going Vikings. I just think that's a.
We don't have a single. Well, we have one the same so far. Okay, keep going.
So they just go in, they just rape and pillage, man. They just tear it up. But however, my second pick is the Raiders. It's a pirate.
You don't have a single one the same. Keep going.
Okay,
Yep.
so they have a little revolver. Something comes at you, you just shoot it. Oh, actually, I did mess up my list, but anyways, it don't matter.
What's your number 1?
I have a 1A and 1B. How's that?
What is this?
All right, because I messed up my list. But anyways, no, all right. I'll stick with my first. It's Cowboy.
We don't have anything the same.
No
Dude,
way.
they have guns.
Yeah.
They got
Dude.
guns.
I think I
Wait
got.
till you hear my list, okay?
They're gonna shoot.
Are you going now,
anything
Phil?
that comes at it.
I can go ahead and go if you want.
I have. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Oh.
Or you should, I mean, you can go if you want. It's fine.
No. I
Okay.
will alternate.
Wait.
Go ahead.
We need to
Okay, yeah.
emphasize. We need to emphasize you couldn't take a Titan.
Oh yeah, we do need to hit on it. Titan is like a god.
Okay, but there's literally one thing below the Titan that could basically kill everything. But
All right,
anyways,
go ahead.
All right, well, go ahead.
you alternate? Is that what you want to do?
All right, yeah, let's do that. Go with your number 5.
Okay, number 5, I got the Jags. I mean, they're
Okay.
a cat. I mean, so they could rip somebody's head off. Pretty simple.
I went with the Buffalo Bills.
I mean, they could trample somebody.
Oh, we did do this because the Buffalo Bill was a quartet. Like, remember?
Well, my Cowboys are shooting the Bills.
Oh, thank
And
you,
that's
Graham.
what we
Okay.
did.
Bills,
That's what we
we're
did.
entering my list. The Bills are, you know,
Mhm.
trample.
All right.
Go ahead. What's your 4?
My bottom 3 are basically all similar, but number 4 is the Panthers. Kind of the same thing.
All
They're
right.
gonna rip somebody's head off.
Number 4, I went with the Lions because it's King of the Jungle, man.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
I mean,
It's the best
That's what we
cat.
did.
Forward down the field.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, number
Forward
three,
down the field. Call back.
number
All right.
three, I have the Lions. So I mean,
Yeah.
like you said,
What
king
are
of the
y'all
jungle.
doing? Okay, y'all. Number
Oh,
three,
but-
I have the Saints.
What?
It's a saint. Isn't it like a holy thing? God
It's a
on your
priest.
side. It's a saint.
Yeah, they do have to perform like 2 miracles to
They
become a
got
saint or
miracles.
something.
Who's gonna punch a saint for one? Want that on your conscience?
Yeah.
I got the Saints at 3.
I'm a
not bad,
cowboy.
yeah.
I'm a cowboy. I'm a
You're gonna
Clint
shoot a
Eastwood.
saint?
I'm Clint Eastwood. I'm shooting
You're gonna
anybody.
shoot a saint?
Brett really thought into that one though. I'll give him that.
Yeah, guys. There's 2 more obvious ones. Go ahead.
Number 2, I got the Vikings. It's the
What are
Vikings.
y'all doing?
Have you
Alright.
seen Vikings? Have you seen the show Vikings?
Number 2.
Yes.
Yeah,
They're
that's awesome.
ruthless.
They do a bunch of things. Guys, you have human. Number 2, I have the Jets. Why would you not? The
Yeah,
Jet.
yeah.
You gonna find a jet, Detroit? The little cowboy. Pew pew.
Yeah,
Pew
that's
pew.
that's
The Jet.
that's my number 1. The number 1 is the Jets because they can just fly in and blow everybody up and it's over.
The Jet.
Okay, first of all, you need a person flying the jet. The
It's
jet
a
is
jet,
just an
it's fine.
object.
Number
It's,
1.
it's
They
just
have-
an object. It's an
They
object.
can fly. They can fly a jet remotely these days. You don't need somebody flying.
No.
Yeah.
It's a
Works.
jet. Number
Yeah.
Just for
1.
making up rules here.
Number
It's an
1.
object.
What's the only thing that could swat a jet out of the sky? A giant. New
Dude,
York
a little
Giant.
boy took down a giant in the Bible.
No, not Samson Giant. This giant's like 20 feet tall.
No.
Okay.
Guys.
Well, the jet could fly 70 feet above it.
It can swat a jet out of the sky. This is a huge dude.
No.
Oh.
You guys went so
This is
heavy with people.
terrible,
Okay,
dude.
there's so many. No Rams, man. Okay, Ram doesn't have to make it.
I almost went with the Chief.
Nobody picked an entire football team, which was funny. There is no
That's a good
football
point, yeah.
team.
Well, it depends on who's on that football team.
You have 53 men. You have your own regiment.
Yeah. Well, if they're the Lions, they can't tackle anybody. So
Nobody went Bears. I should have went Bears over Bills, by the way.
Lions taking down a bear. Well, it depends on
Yeah.
what bear. Is it a grizzly bear?
The grizzly
Is it a
bear.
black
It's the
bear?
bear, you see.
I still think I'd take a lion, honestly.
Over a bear?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're a lot
Dwight
quicker.
taught me a lot of things about bears, and they are pretty dangerous.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
Okay, so there's one clear worst mascot in all of sports. In terms of this conversation,
Yes.
what is it?
Yes. The Cleveland Browns. The
No.
Yeah, the Browns.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
the Browns.
I'm sorry.
Well, there's a
Cleveland,
right answer. In terms of a
give you
fight,
the answer you want.
in terms of
Well, what's a brown?
it's a cardinal.
What is a brown?
Cardinal.
A brown? Oh.
Brown is
Oh,
Paul
that's your
Brown.
pick.
I don't know Paul Brown.
I thought
Who
you-
knows if Paul Brown could beat up a
I'm-
steel worker? Who knows if Paul Brown could beat up a packing
I miss-
company employee?
I misunderstood the question. I thought you meant just like the worst mascot in general. I didn't know in a fight.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were saying.
I said in this type of a situation.
I didn't know it was related to the previous question.
Cardinal though is awful. I just agree.
I still,
Okay.
I'm still going with the Browns.
All right, going to the trivia question now. What's your guess? Is this head coach has won 7 road playoff games? He's active right now. He's tied for the most in NFL history.
Okay, well, the obvious one would be Belichick, but that's not it. I'm going with John Harbaugh.
Phil.
Yeah, there's 2 guys that came to mind, and I'm sure they're both wrong. But I also thought of Harbaugh, but also was thinking Mike Tomlin. So I'm going to go Mike Tomlin.
Is John Harbaugh.
Yes. I'm good at these.
That was a little bit easier one, I felt like, because there's only so many that could qualify for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Belichick, I don't know how many, because I don't, he had so many home playoff games.
Yeah.
They coach that long, I get it. So,
Yeah.
all right.
All right. So
You got something to read, Detroit?
yeah, I did get a question sent to me today. And I think we also got a text too, but this question basically has to do with the KDFL League.
All right.
And the question is, how Out of the teams that did not make the playoffs this year in the KDFL, who do you think has the best shot of making it next year? So, right.
Okay. You two can go first since I'm one of those.
All right. Well, it's not going to be the Mega Powers, probably.
Definitely the Mega Powers.
Yeah, because they're garbage.
I'm going to go with the Hurricane Wampus Cats. I think he's just loaded at wide receiver.
Yeah, I like that.
He's going to have some good picks, I think, this year. So
What
I like
does
the Wampus Cats.
Does he have his first round picks? I'm not sure.
I believe so.
I think he has mine, actually.
Okay, well, that's not really
It's not, it's not a good pick, but
yeah, I'm definitely going with the yeah, I'm gonna go with the Wampus Cats also. I do like, I mean, he's got Herbert, who's gonna be, I mean, that guy who knows how good he's gonna be, but it looks like he's gonna be really good. I just think he needs the upgrade at his running back position, but his receivers are loaded. He's got Murray as his other quarterback, and he needs to get a little bit stronger on the defensive end. As for the other team that I know our other host is going to say, their team is just garbage. So
I'm not even listening to you.
what do you mean?
Okay, he has your first round pick.
Yeah, which is going to be 12 probably. So
if I'm not picking the Mega Powers, which whatever, if I had to pick another team, I think I would go the Dobermans.
Yeah, they're kind of on the way up, and they're going to have a really nice draft pick.
Allen, and you got to think that he's going to get. He has Allen. He has one of the top two, or he might have one of the top two picks, and then he has another pick in the top 12.
Yeah.
Deontay Johnson, Miles Sanders, Josh Allen. If Big Ben goes another year, his defense isn't terrible.
No, he's got some playmakers on defense.
Jalen Reagor, KJ Hamler.
Warner's been nice for him.
He also has Joe Burrow, who's probably going to miss a lot of games, but still.
Beckham.
Yeah.
Yeah, Burrow.
Yeah, Keith Reed getting some love. I like it.
Yeah, I feel like the Wampus Cats is the obvious pick.
Yeah, because it's not the Mega Powers.
I'm not going to talk about mine. It's clearly me because I know what I'm doing up here.
Okay. Yeah.
Really? Because did you make the playoffs?
No, want to compare some drafts? We can compare drafts.
Well, it don't matter. What's that got to do with it?
It's a process.
But did the draft get you in the playoffs?
No, because I can't nuke my team every time one of you morons trades your star away to a contender.
Oh, I think his face is turning a little shade of red there.
Well, I mean, I got to play defense against idiots.
He's getting angry. Well, if you were playing against idiots, you'd be in the playoffs.
I got to play defense because everybody wants to blow up their team every time they get a loss.
Oh, that's how it works. Okay. Well, do
we have another question?
No, but by the way, since you're the genius that you are,
yeah,
did you win any of the bets that we made this year? Our side bets?
I don't know. We're talking about draft. We're talking about draft.
You lost that one. You lost
Maybe
the Tampa
we don't
Bay
know.
bet.
It's not over.
You lost the Tampa Bay bet. You lost my team versus your team.
No.
What do you mean no?
Oh, we didn't bet because we didn't bet head to head though. We didn't bet anything on the record, me and you.
I thought we did.
No.
Okay.
We bet on everything else.
And you lost out.
I did lose the majority, but who won in the head to head? Just so we're clear.
But
why is your actually? Let's go over your round one playoff results.
No, we're moving on to the next question. Phil's got
we got another one. Okay, I'll bite my tongue. Go ahead. Next question.
Bill.
So what?
Didn't we have a voicemail?
No, it's not yet.
Oh, my bad.
Oh my God! This is the part of the part of the episode where you go, I didn't prepare much.
Well,
off the rails.
We have really lost it.
All right.
We have lost it.
KDFL Week 14.
Yeah,
We're gonna start with the Thunder Buddy Bowl. Thunder Buddy Bowl. They tried to fake trash talk. It was disgusting. No one bought this.
Wait, you thought it was fake?
Yeah, no one bought this. There were probably an apology text sent after each insult.
They were writing each other's text, I bet.
It's for the show. I didn't mean it.
it was a little overboard. I'll give you that.
All right, so we have the Marmette Midnight Riders taking on the Commission's Glasgow Gunslingers. Gunslingers have a tough time showing up. Baker 20 points. That's Jerome Baker or whatever for the Gunslingers. Patrick Mahomes with a mere 18 points. Amari Cooper with 15 points. Reddick for the Midnight Riders scores in 30. Baker with an impressive Monday night scores 31. And Trubisky, the start of the playoffs so far, scores 28. Midnight Riders pour it on the Commission's Gunslingers. This has to be one of the largest playoff win margin in KDFL history. Saying that without fact checking. 307, the Marmette Midnight Riders stomp the Gunslingers 178. Whew. Now.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah, we don't.
Our second matchup.
So, what's our matchups for this week?
Our second matchup, we have the Charleston Methadones taking on Detroit's Elkview River Rats. Chase Young, a scoop in the score he scores 27 for the Methadones. Lamar Jackson does all he can for this team, scoring 36. Aaron Rodgers also pours in 34. Mike Davis has a big week, scoring 26, and AJ Brown scores 26 as well. Even Travis Kelce, parlayed member of the famous Zeke trade, scores 28, doing all he can for the River Rats. It's not enough. The Methadones win 294 to 271. Elkview River Rats are eliminated. The Commission's Glasgow Gunslingers are eliminated.
Well, I have the same record in the playoffs as Matthew Stafford. I am now 0-3.
0-3.
It's dude, I scored 271 points and lost.
I want to give you a bunch of grief, but I can't because you just ran into a juggernaut. 270 is a monster score in this league. Anything 250 and above is you should typically get a W.
It's just and losing the mat that isn't
losing the mat sweating up 30 points.
Yes, that drove me nuts.
It's very suspect. Now I will say this though, because you had somebody on both sides of the ball, you don't get a chance to rest. And it was a perfect first half for you with Nick Chubb and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
I get it. But yeah, he won by 23. He did go into the night up like 80 though.
And I'm not going to play that stupid game that everybody plays when they lose. Oh, if I would have started this guy, or if I would have started that guy, I just lost. I mean, it is what it is. Come on, everyone does it.
Yeah, they do. Now, the other thing I want to ban, and I talked about this in the chat. I want to ban congratsing to the other team before the game is over. And I also, because you have to answer that with something when somebody does that, I also, in coherence with that, would like to ban "it ain't over" from being said. In the game, be in the game.
It is.
That's a pet peeve. Ever since that stupid Falcons Super Bowl when you congrats me early and we all let it happen, whatever. Now everybody does it.
We all act like we have some kind of magical powers that's going to change something.
All right. The commish out again. He did win the title last year, so I don't know why I'm saying out again, but he does have that. Either loses the first game or
he really is Peyton Manning of the KDFL League. One and done or wins it all.
It's true. Now, that means we have our final four. And we'll go ahead and start with the Methadones and the Gamblers. First off, these are some beautiful projections this week. I don't know. I mean, the final four right now as it stands, 8-3. There's no way that there's ever been title projections in 11 points between the two games combined.
Which game are we doing first?
We're going to go Methadones and Gamblers first.
Okay.
All right. So you can take it away, Detroit. This is a tough game.
All right. So in this game, right now, it's got the Methadones as like a 6-point favorite. It is kind of fitting.
As a Gambler, 6-point favorite.
Oh, that's right. I saw it wrong. My bad. It is kind of funny that the Gamblers are riding with Tom Brady as his number one quarterback. He's got Daniel Jones as the number 2. They're going against Cleveland. Jones did not look good this past week. So I don't like that. I do like, well, actually, Cook's going against the Bears. That's kind of a tough matchup, but he should be all right there. McKissick with the Washington football team. I guess he's like their number one now. He does catch a lot of balls out of the backfield, so that's a good matchup. For the Methadones, man, they got Wilson and they're going against Washington, so that could be interesting. Russell might struggle in that game. You got Kamara going against the Chiefs. I could see him getting a lot of points because they're probably going to be behind. So I could see that. He's got Brown against the Lions. He should score a lot there. Oh, I see he finally has Derek Carr in his lineup this week. I was right about that. He should have started him last week, but had like 4 more points, but he didn't need them, I guess. Yeah, with that said, I hate doing it, but I'm going to pick Matt on the Methadones.
Oh, records last week. This guy was the only one of us to go 2-0, just so we know.
Yeah, I don't care. I didn't even look.
I'm sure you didn't. Too busy preparing for other parts of the show. Go ahead, Phil.
Exactly.
All right. Both of these teams have some good matchups and some bad matchups. I really like the Gamblers matchup for Tom Brady against the Falcons. They're second worst in yardage to quarterbacks and 7th in touchdowns. Dalvin Cook has got a tough matchup against the Bears, but it's Dalvin Cook. He's having a great year, so they probably won't be able to hold him that low. McKissick, like you were saying, he's the number one now. Seahawks are giving up the 10th most touchdowns running backs, but only the 4th fewest yards. So unless he gets in the end zone, that could be a problem. Michael Thomas, it's a pretty bad matchup against the Chiefs, who are allowing the least amount of yardage to receivers and only 12 touchdowns for the whole season. Adam Thielen and CeeDee Lamb. They both have some pretty bad matchups, I think, against the Bears and 49ers, so not too sure about that. Daniel Jones, got a good matchup, but I mean, it's Daniel Jones, so who knows what to expect there. On the other side, you were talking about Wilson. He's got the Washington football team. I think he's going to struggle against that team, especially if they can get to him early. That could cause some problems. I do like Kamara against the Chiefs. The only issue is they don't give up a lot of touchdowns to running backs, so that could be a problem. He may put up a lot of yardage, but not a lot of touchdowns. Mike Davis. The Packers are giving up a touchdown a game to running backs, so that could be pretty good for him. Derek Carr is projected to have a pretty good game against the Chargers. I think he will. I think it's going to be close with the offensive scores, but I think there's going to be a pretty big margin on defense, and I think it's going to favor the Gamblers. So I think the Gamblers are going to get the win here and advance to the championship.
All right. Like we said earlier, these games are pretty hard to handicap right now. Brady does get the Falcons. He should have a good bit of success there. Kamara. See, J.D. McKissick is only projected 10.6. I think he's going to go above that. But I also see Robbie Anderson going above 15. Oh, he's projected 50. Okay. All right. Looking at it over, I see that the Gamblers have a huge edge on the defensive side. But that's so much of a wild card to me. Defensively. Looking at this, I'm breaking it down by using only one thing, and that's Daniel Jones' health. He doesn't have a good second option to go to if he goes out. So for that reason, I am going to go, because he looked awful last week and he was hurt. And if he still goes, you're going to be forced to start him. But he may not even give you a full game. So I am going to go with the Methadones to make it to the KDFL Championship.
Of course, you would never go against your buddy.
I've picked against him several times. Next. All right. Detroit, you go first on this, and then I'll go, and then Phil can go. Because we've got something to play before Phil goes.
Okay. Look at this game.
Midnight Riders, sir, takes on the Nightdale Dragons, the number 1 overall seed. Now, Detroit, you can take it away, sir.
Can I go now, or are you going to?
Yeah, you can. If you let the show's cadence works.
I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry you have to deal with this.
Should apologize
Anyways, look, looking at this game, I don't even really care at this point. No. Mike, I think Mike might be in a little bit trouble because I see Eckler and Allen are both questionable for this Thursday. So if one of those guys end up missing, I think that's going to hurt him. I do like Baker against the Giants. His receivers are just money, Hill and Jefferson. I think they continue to have a good week. Be interesting to see how his defense does because he does have a pretty good defense. Like you said, you just don't know him in this league. As for Phillip, he's got Matt Ryan going against Tampa Bay. I could see about 2 or 3 interceptions in that game. But you got Derrick Henry going against the Lions. That is just going to be a monster of a game. I'm calling 30 points for Henry this week. Jones against Carolina should be a good matchup. Phillip Rivers in Houston, that's pretty good. You got this guy, actually your tight end, terrible. But I don't know. With that said, I think Mike's magic's going to run out, and I think Phil's going to pull this one out this week.
All
Thank you,
right.
sir.
You're welcome, Phil.
Okay.
I'm pulling for the councilman, though, Phil, just to let you know.
Just to be clear.
I appreciate that. I do.
Okay.
Looking at this, there has not been a hotter team than the Marmette Midnight Riders
Yeah, I covered
going
that
the
last week.
last 2 weeks of the season.
If you were here last week on the podcast, you would have known that.
We always said they're still hot, moron. They scored over 300 points this week.
I know. I said they were hot for the last 5 weeks. We all know he's the hottest team coming in. Come up with a new take.
New
He's
take.
continuing the take.
Yes. I don't like Aaron Jones, how he's not being used as much as he should be in Green Bay. CEH has had a rough couple weeks. I don't know what's going on with Robert Woods. There's a lot of tougher matchups for the Nightdale Dragons, although Derrick Henry is nice against the Lions. Simply put, I mean, I love the wide receivers, Allen Hill. DJ Chark, I don't think you can really depend on him at all now. I wish the Ravens would go through Dobbins more. I feel better about this matchup. But I picked them like the last however many weeks. So I'm going to stay with the hot hand. I'm going to go with the Midnight Riders. And I'm predicting a Midnight Riders and Methadones championship. Now, Phil, this message was sent in before you tell us what your keys to victory are. You have to listen to these words from Midnight Riders General Manager Michael McGee.
Season.
Oh, blew it. There we go. There we go.
Fancy introductions, nothing over the top. This is
I'm sorry,
Get this,
people.
Phil. Get this working right. Hold on.
I'm sorry, people.
He's cutting this.
This is the semifinals. Championships right around the
I can't.
corner.
He's got to cut it.
You're standing
Hold on.
in my way.
You can't. There's no tracker for Anchor.
This
That's right. Can you not just leave it and come back in?
No.
See, yeah, you get the best record in the
I'm
league.
pretty sure you can.
Yeah.
It's only 50 seconds.
So we
Okay.
got to sit here for 50 seconds?
Yes, you fucking moron.
I apologize, people.
We're not cutting. They're cutting this.
I don't care.
Hopefully I don't forget to cut this.
Leave it
We'll
in
be like
there.
Ellen.
Abusing her coworkers or employees.
Or Tom Cruise. Did
Tom
you see that?
Cruise, man.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, because him making that movie is so
Alright.
important for the rest of the world.
You ready?
Yes.
Here we go.
No fancy introductions, nothing over the top. This is a business trip. This is the semifinals. Championships right around the corner. And Phil, you're standing in my way. All right? I want you to know something. This Sunday in Nightdale, yeah, you're the #1 overall seed. Yeah, you got the best record in the league. You're the favorite. Guess what? You're walking out with nothing. All right? You're going to do what you always do. You're going to choke. Biggest stage, brightest lights. You're going to choke. All right? We're coming down there, coming off the bus, hottest team in the league. MAGA hats on, ready to roll. All right, this game is 2 years in the making. You've been running your mouth. You started all this. Well, guess what? I'm going to finish it. I'll see you Sunday.
I like that. I'll see you Sunday. All right, Phil. Keys to the game. Go ahead.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I think we'll probably see him tonight once the game starts. He's going to probably be 2 players short with Eckler and Allen probably not even playing. So that's
We
going to be
will
a good
know a lot
start
about
for
this
him.
game early, which is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, and biggest stage, I choke. He's 0-2 in the playoffs. I have 4 wins in the playoffs. So, I mean, that doesn't really make much sense to me either. But anyways, and Brett, I don't know what you're talking about. I feel like matchups across the board pretty much, except for CEH, is pretty good. I think I'm gonna have a pretty good game. If I lose this game, I'm gonna be super disappointed in this performance, because Derrick Henry, like Detroit was saying, he gets Detroit. Hopefully, they just continue to give him the ball the whole game. 30 points will be nice. Aaron Jones, yeah, the usage has been crazy, but he's got a good matchup too. I think he's going to put up some points. Hopefully, CEH gets involved some more against the Saints. Hopefully, that can be a high-scoring game, and he can be involved. He can put up some points. Phillip Rivers, if he can just be average, I think that'll be good for me. On the other side, I already talked about Eckler and Allen. They may not even play. If they do, of course, Allen can put up some points. Eckler can too. But I'm just not sure about J.K. Dobbins. He has a good matchup, but I'm just not sure about him. Baker's looking good, but I think he might struggle against the Giants for some reason. And then Mitchell Trubisky, seriously, that's what you're coming with? No, Dragons are going to the championship.
Is that a guarantee?
Yeah.
That's a guarantee. I'm winning this game.
Woo!
There it is, folks.
Okay.
There it is. All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. So next week, there's only 2 shows left after this one. So championship preview, championship recap. Now, locks of the week. Detroit, do you know how we did last week?
I don't even have the paper with me, but I do know that I lost and you lost too. I
lost.
think Phil won actually. So
Wow.
I think me and Phil are both 7-7, and I believe you are 5-9, Brett. So for this week,
That's right.
I am actually going to take Cleveland -4 against the Giants. I think they're going to come back and win. I see them winning by 7. So I like that. And once again, people, I want to apologize for our host. He gets a little emotional, too hot-headed. He likes to talk while the other hosts are trying to talk. So I do apologize for that. But he can't help it. He sucks. So
God forbid somebody bring some energy to this podcast. Phil, tell people how to get a hold of us. Give us your lock of the week.
All right, my lock of the week this week is the Colts -7 versus the Texans. The Texans have looked horrible. Colts are looking good, so Texans will probably build the Colts out. Anyways, you can always follow us on Twitter. You can follow me at Phil Ruxey. You can follow Detroit at Detroit8374. You can follow Brett, our host, at BrettStill2. And you can follow the show at KDFL Podcast. And as a certain caller did earlier, you can leave a message on Anchor, or you can call 901-609-KDFL, leave a message that way. You can also text that number to leave a message.
and make sure to tell us how bad Brett's team is. We all know.
I am going with the Lions getting 10.5 against the Titans. I think they're a better team than that line shows. So, if anything, that's a kiss of death for me to the Lions. So.
Do you? I don't think Stafford's playing this week.
I don't care.
That is a terrible line. I mean, the Titans are good.
I'm sticking with it.
All right,
Lions
Chase
plus
Daniel all the
10.5.
way. Go
Roll
Chase
with it.
Daniel.
Chase Daniel, veteran, savvy, moxie. Chase Daniel. For Jonathan Detroit Hayes, for Mr. Phil Bruxy, I'm Brett Steele. We will see you next week with our KDFL championship preview right here on the KDFL Fantasy Football Podcast. Bye bye.